Now, here's an absolutely hilarious story. So, what we're going to be looking at here is this guy named Don Blankenship, who is a Republican who is running against Mitch McConnell. He's obviously running in the primary, but someone that he's really kind of branding himself to be against is Mitch McConnell. And what he's running against he's trying to replace Joe Manchin's seat in West Virginia. And now we're going to take a look at this advertisement that he put out, and we're going to kind of look at this and see, just kind of talk about it. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Don Blankenship, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message. Swamp Captain Mitch McConnell has created millions of jobs for China people. While doing so, Mitch has gotten rich. In fact, his China family has given him tens of millions of dollars. Mitch's swamp people are now running false negative ads against me. They are also childishly calling me despicable and mentally ill. The war to drain the swamp and create jobs for West Virginia people has begun. I will beat Joe Manchin and ditch Cocaine Mitch for the sake of the kids.
What the fuck was that? That is literally the weirdest campaign ad I've ever seen in my entire life. Especially because in the beginning he goes, "My name is Don Blankenship and I approve this message." What? Like, what? Because I always thought that the I approve the message was at the end, but why would you approve the message of the video that you made yourself and that you yourself are in? And he says that Mitch McConnell has brought a lot of jobs to China people, and I think that we can all agree that that's a very racist comment to make, and if you don't, I don't think you're a rational actor that I would like to discuss anything with. But clearly he's a racist dude and a fucking crazy person. But he says, ditch Cocaine Mitch. Now, I'm not here to defend Mitch McConnell at all. I honestly don't understand it, really. I don't get it, but, they look sort of similar in a way. But, that's just the weirdest fucking advertisement, the campaign ad I've ever seen in my life. And the music playing in the background really made me feel like I was really in, some bumfuck Ohio or whatever. It did not feel good at all. I don't like that. But now here's the story. So you just saw the guy. He gave you his pitch. He gave you his pitch for his vote. Now Trump is now begging Republicans not to vote for him and to vote against him. Now, here's what's interesting about this motherfucker. He's actually a convicted felon and a coal baron. So basically, he undermined regulations basically to make more money. And what happened is 29 people died in a mine accident in result. Nearly 30 people died because of this motherfucker. And guess what? He's actually barely winning the GOP primary in the most recent poll. So the polls are going crazy. Just talked about a story how there's a fucking neo-Nazi in California who's number 2 in the Senate race. But now, here's what the New York Magazine says. It says, Don Blankenship is a coal baron who tried to inflate his profits by ignoring safety regulations in a mine where 29 of his workers were killed. He's a convicted criminal who regularly rants about China people and has the charisma of a coma patient. And he just might be the West Virginia GOP's nominee for Senate this fall. In the three-way race to challenge Democrat Joe Manchin, Republican Congressman Evan Jenkins and State Attorney General Patrick Morrisey are splitting the mainstream vote. While Blankenship is rapidly consolidating the, quote, "I'm for whoever Mitch McConnell isn't" block, in recent days as the coal baron has saturated West Virginia's airwaves with advertisements, internal GOP polling as reported showed Blankenship's eking out a narrow lead over his rivals. So he is barely winning in the current polls that we have right now. But this is just fucking crazy. Let me know your thoughts, because not only was that the weirdest political advertisement I've ever seen in my life, but this guy, the fact that this guy is number 1 barely, it doesn't matter, but he's still number 1. He's number 1 in the GOP primary. He literally said that Mitch McConnell has gotten a lot of jobs for China people. What the fuck? And it's like, this obvious, kind of background of this bumfuck, whatever place. But, let me know what your thoughts are. I thought this was hilarious.